Well, we're gonna hit the playoff roster. Let's do it now because we can start tying that in to what's happening. So I was just farting around. I figure first round. Hopefully it's not a wild card round. They should get should get past the wild card round. But let me make sure where are we at right now with that. I mean the Padres are 4 behind, so they should clinch against the Padres, and hopefully when the Padres are there. The wild card though, um, they got Milwaukee by 4, so they should get that too. Um, Good to go on that. So they should be clinching the same time they clinch close to when they clinch against the Padres for that spot. So first round, it's either going to be 3 or 4 starting pitchers. The schedule, I'm going to pull that up too, just so I have it. Um, let's see, MLB playoff schedule. I'm sure there's a couple off days in there. Um, let's see. I mean, tentative schedule, so it'll be division series. So we're going right now. We're lined up to be team 2. Could be team 1, but we're going to assume team 2. Um, so team 2 would play on, let's see, Monday or 10-5. Where's that one? 10-5. And then they would play on 10-6. 10-8. No. Is that really? Yeah, 10-8. 10-9. And then 10-11. So there's some off days in there. So they might just go with 3 starting pitchers. Let's I think that's my guess because they don't have much. Shoot, man. You look at this. This is it. And that's what this is it. Yamamoto, Flaherty, Bueller, Knack, Kershaw. And that's if Kershaw can come back. That's it. Tyler Glasnow is done for this year, and who knows for how long. It's great to go and get guys like Glasnow. High talent guy. I like the guy. But you got to have a mixture here. You got to have a mixture of solid, healthy types. You have to do that stuff. And, Sasaki ain't going to help next year because he's always broken too. So you have to go and get for next year. You got to do better than this. We're going to have all sorts of arms coming back, or actually a lot of guys missing next year. Shoot, man. I was looking at just at the 60 days coming back. So maybe next year. All right. So on the 60-day that matter, um, Glasnow is questionable for next year. Gonsolin will be back next year, and maybe even this year. I mean, geez Louise, Kyle Hurt is hurt. He's going to be out probably all next year. Dustin May, we should get him back next year. River Ryan out all next year. Emmett Sheehan probably all out next year. I didn't put Gavin Stone on here because I just he's not throwing right now. Maybe I'm going to throw him on here just to be. I'll put him on here. And plus he's earned it. But he's probably the least likely of those guys. So it's all falling apart in terms of the starting staff. It just has. Sorry, folks. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is what they made. They took a bunch of chances with the starting pitching, and a lot of it worked for a bit. But at the end of the day, it hasn't worked. We don't know about Sheehan. We don't know about any of these guys. We've seen how bad some of these guys have come back from their Tommy John, right? So Sheehan, let's just say he comes back next year in the middle of the All Star break or later than that. We don't know what we get. That's the problem. So I mean, if you look at it, so all those guys plus, I don't think Sheehan will be someone we can count on. I don't think any of those guys that are coming back from Tommy John sometime in the end next year will be some people can count on. Just look at what's happened. Dustin May, when he came back last year, wasn't good. Then he got hurt again. Now he's hurt again. Bueller, Captain Obvious here. We'll find out about Tony Gonsolin. He's been, Frasso's another guy. Now that's a shoulder, so it's different. So he's another guy that'll be coming back. Why isn't he on this list? There he is. Yeah. So lots of guys, but they're gonna have. They just got way too many. There's something wrong with the system. That's all I can tell you. People are gonna go, well, is it this? Is it that with the Dodgers? Well, the system is broken. When the system are your results. The results that we see with the pitching staff is that it's a disaster. Really good pitchers, but man, they're broken. They're just broken. Yeah, I haven't even caught Gonsolin live. I know his first start was good and his second start was worse. And he's probably going to get another, probably today. He probably goes today. I'll have to catch that one this time. So the system is your results. And the results is we're broken. This is the fourth postseason in a row in which the starting staff is severely compromised going into the playoffs. And to me, this is the worst one yet because of all the major injuries. Ken Rosenthal wrote about this, talked about, that Tulsa staff last year. Top of my head, I can't get them all. 6 starting pitchers, 4 of them are broken and out for the rest of this year and probably a lot of next year. Broken bad, not just. This is not good. It's a systematic problem for baseball, but the Dodgers are worse. They've got an amazing starting staff. They have three starting pitching staffs. The problem is 2 of them are on the injured list. They're broken. The system is busted, and they have to address this stuff. Whether it's the way they're doing the quote Tommy John twist or flat arming and all that type of stuff, that's from the Pain guy. So I follow that guy, and there's just a real problem. No, it's not enough for me because they're all broken. Right? Exactly, right? They're all broken. Maybe Ohtani next year. We'll see. We don't know. I hope so. Yeah, to go through the list, Ohtani, Tommy John, Yama. I love the guy. Hopefully he continues to be good but just needs to be healthy. Glasnow, we don't know what he's got. My guess is another Tommy John. Just another guess. I think it's not just the training staff. This isn't a training staff issue in my opinion. It's the way they teach them how to pitch. They're exceeding what they're supposed to be doing. They can only do so. Isn't that an amazing staff though when you think of all those names? Isn't that amazing? But it's all fantasy. So, playoff roster. I'm gonna say it's gonna be three starting pitchers, and if they have to do a bullpen game, they'll do a bullpen game. It's gonna be Yamamoto, Flaherty, and Bueller, and then they'll have 10 relievers. Unless Kershaw comes back, then they're gonna throw him out there. I mean, the training staff has part of it, but it's not near what the other thing is. And the other issue is, they did a lot of these guys they've had in the way they've been training, but they also have that pitching clock. I think that's a real big issue, and the Dodgers are really trying to get all that extra stuff out of them. Yeah, I'm bringing things have to, I don't want to fire anybody. I want to add. I want to add voices. I want to add voices to the coaching staff and the management staff next year. And Honeycutt is someone who should be. The dude's old. The dude is 70 at least. He's old. Let him. But they do need something's got to change. So the relief staff, and this is the really have the relief staff is in what I think the order is. So let's just do this. Kopech, that's 1. Phillips 2. Trinan 3. Hudson 4. Let's see if I can let me get some numbers on these guys just so we have it. There we go. So this goes if it's going to be 10, Kopech, Phillips, Trinan, Hudson, Brusdar, Vezia, Brazier. I just struggle. Banda, he should be off. Kelly might be going to Honeywell. Kasparius, maybe Gonsolin. I got Grove in there just in case. And then Gonsolin, and I put Bobby Miller, but that's only as a reliever. Dodger Blue 82. Hudson he's good for certain things, man. I don't trust. He gives up a lot of dongs. Kelly, when he's on, he's really good. It's just too inconsistent. You don't know what you're getting. And I know, the dude's going through a lot in terms of, making sure his arm is good. I don't know if you saw a little brief thing about, him talking about retirement. But, he's, there's a lot of pain that these guys deal with to do what they do. So I don't know. But I'd prefer not to have those guys in. In fact, I got Brusdar should be ahead of Hudson for sure. I'm going to do that right now. If we're going past, if we have to rely, if we have to rely on some of this bullpen, I think we're in trouble. So I like the top 4. I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? The rest is someone got to step it up. I think Kasparius is a guy. They're not going to do it, but I'm going to say it. Edgardo Henriquez would be better than any from number 8, or he would be better than 9 or 10 for sure. I know he's not perfect. He's still raw. But man, you got to have this ain't going to do it, folks. Starting pitchers going to have to do some work. And if we have to go to a bullpen game, oh my gosh. And I get afraid of, okay, the first 4 guys of them getting overexposed. In a 7-game series, and you've seen Kopech for the 4th or 5th time, it's different. You've seen Phillips for the 4th or 5th time, it's different. Trinan cannot go. He can't pitch a ton of games. And I can guarantee when one of these playoff rosters is announced, One of these important guys, I can almost guarantee one of them's going to be on the IL for some reason. Yeah, I was yeah, I've been pushing Henriquez for a while. I mean, I haven't been on as much, but it's been on Twitter. And I just go, okay, raw talent. Raw, is he mentally ready? I don't know. But is this doing it? Would you rather give Edgardo a chance than some of these guys? At least in a, fifth inning, and Bueller. Let's say Bueller goes a good solid 4. And by the way, well, if Knack's not part of the starting pitching, he would probably be maybe a long man in the bullpen. They're going to need that. Yeah. And of course, there's the wild card of Ohtani. That's a pipe dream. I give it, I give it so you say there's a chance odds. You know what those are. And then the position players. So really, there's 13 spots for 14 guys. And I think comes down to these guys at the bottom. I don't, Matty man, I gotta ask you: do you trust Landon Knack as a playoff starter? I don't know. If you're up 3-0 in a 7-game series, okay. Um, I don't know how well his stuff's gonna play up, right? So I know he had a good game against the Marlins. That doesn't count. No offense. What happened against the Braves? You got to have stuff that's going to play up. Playoffs are a different game. So the position players. I'm hoping Barnes is back. We will need him in the playoffs. Um, you just got to have Austin Barnes on your playoff roster, and because you may need to throw him back there. But also, the guy's been there. He knows how to. He's there. He's one of the. He's present, and he might put that bat on the ball. You need him. So really, the bench. I look at the bench. I'm going, okay. Um, right now, Kiermaier is the only guy. If they go with Luxy and all that, with the normal righty lefty lineup, where right-handed pitcher, lefties in the lineup, Kiermaier is the only left-handed bat, and that's not a bat. That's defense only. Yes, Barnes has produced in the postseason. Heck yeah. Knocked Blake Snell out of a game, didn't he? Pa has been hitting the ball good. Chris Taylor's been good enough. But it comes down, one of these guys ain't playing. And I think Kiermaier might be taking a seat. It'll depend also on what the teams bring. If it's the Padres, they might have Kiermaier in there because the Padres have basically all righties in their starting rotation. So Pajes might not make that one.